Scott, dude, we're excited about this one. This Sucker Punch confirms PC players won't need to link to a PSN account for Ghost of Tsushima campaign, but will be required to play online multiplayer. That's right. There is a bit of a catch there. They got you, Scott. They got you, dude. They got their fangs in you. It's David Carcassell over at PSU. PlayStation hasn't had the best time in the last week after it tried to enforce requirements. Yep. For all Helldivers 2 players to Steam to link their accounts on the PlayStation Network. Yeah, that did not go over very well, did it, Scott?
No, nobody was happy to discover this months after release.
Yeah, that was the weirdest part, right? Maybe if it was day one, it would have been a different story, but after months go by, you're now just enforcing it. Doesn't make any sense. And thankfully, they changed that. But let's keep going. To put it mildly, the Helldivers 2 community didn't like that and pushed back on it, which led to Sony reversing the decision. However, while that whole fiasco was ongoing, players began thinking about the future PlayStation games coming to PC, with Ghost of Tsushima being next in line. In response to a player canceling their pre-order due to the account linking requirement, Sucker Punch confirmed that players just wanting to enjoy this game's single-player campaign, linking their Steam account to a PSN account will be optional. However, if you want to dive into the game's online multiplayer mode, Legends, which is fantastic, Scott, fantastic, linking your accounts will be required. It'll also be required if you want to use the recently revealed PlayStation Overlay, which is less of a surprise since this is also involving linking your trophies to PlayStation games on Steam. I think that's a cool little move there. I do appreciate that. Yeah. Quote. We'll get to it. I got thoughts already, right? Like I'm already there.
I could see it turning.
yeah. Wheels are spinning right now, buddy. Quote. Just so you're aware, a PSN account is required for Legends online multiplayer mode and to use PlayStation Overlay. It is not required to play the single player campaign. End quote. Considering the backlash that Sony faced over trying this with Helldivers 2, it could be that Legends players fight back just the same. The big difference here is that Ghost of Tsushima is, first and foremost, a single-player game. The Legends mode was an unexpected add-on to an already great game. Many players have sunk hundreds into it, myself included.
Would that be you?
Yes, that would be me. And there will always be a portion of Ghost of Tsushima community that keeps playing it, but it is not the same as the Helldivers 2 situation because Helldivers 2 is an entirely online multiplayer game. It should also be pointed out that Sucker Punch likely has less leeway to argue this issue with Sony if they wanted to, due to that being a first party, Sony-owned studio, whereas Arrowhead is a second party publisher relationship with Sony. They're not owned, right? Arrowhead not owned by PlayStation. Sucker Punch, well, they are.
A different situation as well, because in Helldivers, everybody had already purchased it. There was already millions of people, I think millions, that have already paid for it, and then to reverse that becomes such an issue. But PlayStation might have to listen, because we're going to see not only are pre-orders going to be canceled, but those numbers are just not going to be where they should be. And I hope PlayStation sees that and goes, okay, we need to readdress what we're doing. Their response to the Helldivers was that this is a learning experience.
Yes, it is a learning experience. So I wonder if they do rectify this as well. Is it really necessary? Do you have to link to your PlayStation? Honestly, it's a burden. It's a pain. I understand that. But if you do it, then, man, you get to play one of the coolest multiplayers around. Legends was fantastic. I absolutely adored Legends. I think Sucker Punch has a smash hit on their hands here. When you get into Ghost of Tsushima, I think there's so much to kind of get into, dive into. People are going to love the campaign. Love it. And then from there, get into the multiplayer side of it as well. Just link your account. I know people don't want to, but it is one of those things, man, if you do, you won't regret it, right? I get it. Scott, will you link your account?
Well, I first of all have to recover my account from my high school days, because it's been so long since I used it. I miss you, Resistance.
Yeah, right? So it's one of those things, man. Like, Legends was awesome. You can do the 2-person co-op, or you can go dive into the whole 4-person like horde mode kind of thing, and it was
that's cool,
dude. It was awesome. We'll be playing it once we get our codes and stuff like that and moving on.
No,
but I can't wait.
Is it confirmed to be cross-play?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought that was almost a certainty at this point,
Yep.
but I was just hopeful.
So,
I had to make sure.
So if you link your PlayStation account, I'm already on PlayStation, dude. Away we go, right? We can jump into the online mode. Legends is incredible, and people shouldn't pass it up. You don't pass us up either. Hit us up, itgtv.com.